Hi guys, it's Kara from Creations by Kara, and today we are going to make the most soft, yummy gingerbread cookies ever. Now, unlike traditional gingerbread cookies, which I'm not really a fan of, these cookies do not call for molasses. Instead, they have a secret ingredient, which is a butterscotch pudding mix. And it makes them so soft and so yummy. They are delicious. I got this recipe from my mom. I remember making it with her when I was a little girl. Every Christmas we would make treats to take to our neighbors. And this was one recipe that we made often, and they are so good. We hardly ever even added any frosting. We just ate them warm from the oven. I hope you'll give them a try at your house, and maybe they'll become a tradition for your family as well. If you like these recipes, please give the video a thumbs up or hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate it. You want to start by adding a cup of soft butter to a bowl, and it's best if you let your butter soften at room temperature just out on the counter. That way it softens evenly. Sometimes the microwave leaves hot spots, and you just get better results if you soften your butter on the counter. Then add a cup of brown sugar. I used light brown sugar. You can use dark if you prefer. And then 2 3.5 ounce boxes of Cook and Serve butterscotch pudding. And if you can't find that in the store, you can find it on Amazon, so I'll leave a link to that below in the description. Then you want to beat that for about 3 to 5 minutes until it's nice and creamy. Make sure you scrape down the sides of the bowl at least once. You want to make sure that all that butter and sugar are incorporated together nicely. Then add 2 large eggs and beat just till the mixture is smooth. Now add 3 cups of all-purpose flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and a tablespoon of ground ginger. Whisk that a little bit into the flour. And then it's time to stir it all together. And I like to stir my cookie dough together instead of using a mixer because I don't want to overbeat it. That tends to lead to tough cookies. After you get the flour all mixed in, the dough will still be soft and pretty sticky, so you need to chill it for at least an hour. I like to chill mine in plastic wrap, so I just kind of form it into a log and then wrap it up really tightly in the plastic wrap and then pop it into the fridge for at least 60 minutes. After the dough's been chilling for an hour, it firms up a little so it's not as sticky and it's a little bit more easy to work with. So take it out of the plastic wrap. Before you roll the dough out, you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Sprinkle your counter lightly with flour. And then I realized it's easier to cut the dough in half and roll it in 2 parts. So you probably want to do that. I love this marble rolling pin because it's so heavy that it does half the work for me. And I will also leave a link to the rolling pin below. Roll your dough out to between 1/8 inch and 1/4 of an inch thick. Mine's usually about 1/4 of an inch thick. And then use your gingerbread cookie cutters to cut out your cookies. And you want to try and place the cookies as close together as possible so you don't have to re-roll as much of the dough. After they're cut out, I like to place mine on cookie sheets that are lined with silicone liners, but you can also use nonstick cooking spray. Just keep rolling and cutting until you've finished using all of your cookie dough. The cookies only need to bake for about 6 to 8 minutes. They're pretty thin, so they bake pretty quickly. After I take them out of the oven, I like to let them sit on the pan for 4 to 5 minutes and then carefully transfer them over to wire cooling racks. Now these little cookies are tasty enough that you can just eat them plain. They're delicious warm from the oven, but you can also decorate them. Just let them cool completely. You can use buttercream frosting or royal icing, but I just like to use white chocolate melted. I usually use about a cup of white chocolate chips and I add 2 to 3 teaspoons of oil just to thin it out so it's easier to decorate with. Then I just put that melted chocolate into a Ziploc bag and cut a very tiny hole in the corner. And that's how I decorate mine, but you can do it however you like. Here they are, all baked and cooled and decorated. They're so cute. Look at that. They're soft and yummy. The butterscotch pudding gives them such a good flavor. A lot of kids don't like traditional gingerbread cookies. These have a more mild flavor, so my kids always love them, and hopefully yours will too. I had my kids help me decorate some of them, and they had a great time. We're handing them out to some of our neighbors tonight, and hopefully everyone enjoys them. I hope you'll give these little cookies a try.